Okay, we are live. Join me live. Okay, I'm looking at a link on the side. Okay, that's for guests. No, we don't have guests. So that's fine. I'm just trying to see. Do you see it on my page now? Then you can share.
Yes,
I
yes,
don't know why.
yes, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna share as well. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
looking at a link
okay.
on the side. Okay, that's for guests now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well.
So that's fine.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna share as well.
okay.
Okay, I'm looking at a link on the side. Okay, that's for guests now.
That's what I'm doing as well.
Okay, you're sharing because you hear the feedback. We're gonna share fast.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna share as well.
okay.
Okay, I see people are joining. Welcome everyone as you're joining. Where's that feedback?
As well.
Okay, you're sharing because you hear the feedback. I don't know. We're gonna share fast.
Okay,
Sorry. I have to mute my phone. Sorry.
yeah.
Actually, I'm just gonna take
I think
volume
yes.
on that
I think it's better now. It's clear now. Yeah.
so it doesn't. Yeah, it's clear, right? Okay, cool. Perfect. Thank you all for joining us on this live. As promised, we're back again. So today on this live, I have Wale Adekanla again, and we are talking about the topic discovering your purpose. And so we're gonna dive in, and we're going to, dive into the whole topic today. I believe it's going to be a fun time for us today to discover a new thing and to just dive into this topic. One of the things about discovering your purpose, I think it's something that a lot of people shy from. So we're going to get deep here, right? So we just ask that you share this live because it's going to be a really information that is going to really blow your mind. It's going to help a lot of people, and it's not just for sector people. This live is for everybody. Can I say that again? It's for everyone.
Yeah.
Wherever, it doesn't matter where you are in your life, in your journey in life right now. Everybody needs this. Personal in life, it's just it's not fun. Anyway, so I'm gonna hand it over to Wally to just give us a little talk here while we're waiting for other people to join as well. Go ahead and share as well. And again, we're diving into the topic shortly.
Yes, thank you very much. I want to welcome everyone. Thank you very much for joining us on this Facebook Live. If you are on my page, I want to encourage you uh, to to share these, share these videos, share with everyone that you know. This important topic that we want to explore today, I want to guarantee you that is going to transform many lives today. So help someone somewhere in the world today by sharing this video. This is very crucial, and that's why we are exploring, discovering your purpose. And we are going to also talk about some important things when it comes to purpose. We're going to touch base on potential. We're going to touch base on principles and also promise. So basically, there are four P's: purpose, potential, principles, and promise. So I want you, I want you to just share this video with everyone. Please share with everyone. This is what I'm passionate about. And I want you to know that I'm going to share some important, uh, information. Of course, they will be transformational. And I just want you to share with everyone that you know.
Perfect,
Okay.
perfect. Thank you so much for joining the live again. You've taken time out of your busy schedule to be with us here,
Yeah.
and it's so amazing that you are here with us. So I want to go ahead and just say a little bit about myself and a little bit about Wale Adekanla as well. Maybe you can add to what I know as well. So I'm Lola Love, and I'm a business coach and an entrepreneur coach, business strategist, I mean, and an entrepreneur coach. So, everything that I do when it comes to business, I have to work when it comes to purpose. In other for anything that my clients does or anything like that, I'm like, if they're not moved, if they're not whatever, I can get the result out of that, right? So, Wale is a leader in the community. He's had a whole lot of thing under his belt, years of knowledge, and somebody that I'm learning from as well. So, you have two people here who can build, at least a base of what it is that we know. And so basically, no, go over there. So basically, I'm gonna just say a little bit of what I know about Wally, and yeah, whatever I'm missing, please come in as well. Okay, so okay, so Wally Adekola is a leadership uh, keynote speaker, transformation strategist, and business consultant with a passion for empowering business professionals to live their best life. He is an international authority on leadership. So this is just his bread and butter, okay? And to top that, he's an author. He's written several books, and one of the book that he's also working on is called Jump. So we want you to jump into your purpose today, if I may say. So go ahead, Wally, and tell them a little bit as well of about yourself. Sorry.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think you said it all. So you basically,
Okay.
oh, that's just who I am. I'm a transformational coach, and I help people to move from where they are to where they're supposed to be in life. My passion is leadership. That's all I'm living for, and I'm very passionate about seeing people living their true potentials, and of course. That's what makes me cry every day when I see people living below their true potentials. That makes me cry. And I see this everywhere, all around the world. Every, I've been to different organizations, I've been to different countries, and I see the same problems, everywhere, and that's why I'm on this journey, and that's why I'm doing what I am doing because everyone has that potential to lead. I believe that, and that's why I love to say everyone is a leader, and that's very true. That's very true. Even if you don't believe it, you were designed for leadership. The purpose why you were created, the reason why you were created is for leadership. So, whether you believe it or not, that is the purpose for your creation. And this is what I am living for to help people all around the world to understand that this is your purpose. And if you can understand this, I guarantee you will not just be enjoying why God created you, you will fulfill destiny as well. So, Well, I think to so are we getting started now? How are we starting? Should we start? And
Yes, absolutely. We're gonna dive in and talk about right
okay.
here a little the the word purpose is, right? So it says the reason for which something is done
Mm,
or created, for which something exists,
mm,
right?
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me just make a statement, a profound statement. I will encourage everyone that is watching us live to write this down. Please write this down and never forget it. And in fact, share this with your kids, share with your employees, share with your friends, your family members. This statement, very important statement. Everything in life was created for a purpose with potential
Mm,
and the ability to function by principles in order to deliver the promise. Let me repeat that. Everything in life was created for a purpose with potential
mm,
and to function or operate by principles in order to deliver the promise. Now, I know that sounds very kind of complicated, but I'm going to explain every word and I'm going to explain everything that I just said. uh, we're looking into purpose today. We're looking into purpose, and of course, we cannot talk about purpose without talking about potential, because uh, purpose gives birth to potential. So, as we all know, purpose is the reason for the creation of something. You don't create your own purpose. You discover it. Purpose is not something you create. You discover it. Many times I've heard it when people say, go and find your purpose, go and find your purpose. And many people go outside looking for purpose. Oh, where is my purpose? Where is my purpose? And they focus on the outside because they are finding purpose. Well, I would love us to change that word, find, discover.
mm,
Now, you don't focus on on the outside.
discover.
Finding the purpose, looking for the purpose. Purpose is something you discover. You have to discover it because you already have it within. It's a package. It's a package. You have everything that you need on your inside. What you need is just to have that insight to see what you can't see. Now, when we're talking about purpose, well, purpose is the reason for your creation. When we're talking about potential, potential is the inherent ability to fulfill purpose. Now, let me quickly say something there. Your potential is the inherent ability. That means what you have within to fulfill the purpose. So let's talk about a specific product before we come to you as a person. When we have a product, every product was created for a purpose. Now, my phone was created for a purpose. Your car that you drive was created for a purpose. Now, let's talk about your car. Your car was created to take you from point A to point B, right? So, the car has a potential. So every car,
Yes.
different cars have different potentials. Let's say a car has 120 miles per hour. That's the potential. Another one, 140 miles per hour, maybe 200 miles per hour. Different potentials. But the purpose of the car is to take you from one point to another point. All right, so the potential is birthed from the purpose. So when you understand the reason why something was created, why the product was created, you can easily understand the potential of that car. And when that car fulfills its potential, achieves the potential, definitely the purpose is fulfilled. So, and then every product
Mm,
every product needs to operate or function by principles laid down by whoever that creates that product. Let me explain that. For example, let's talk about your car again. Your car has the potential to take you from one point to the other, of course, and that's the purpose. The purpose is to, is to take through that part. So the car must function or operate by principles laid down by the manufacturer of the car. For example, one of the principles is that this car must be operated by gasoline. You must put gasoline inside your car. That's one principle. So you cannot just wake up one day and say, oh, I think I love apple juice, so I want to put apple juice in my car. And you just put apple juice. Now, you have abused that product. That product is going to be destroyed. So when you don't function by the principles laid down by the manufacturer, then you are on your way to destruction. So you must understand the principles that the manufacturer of that product laid down for that product to function and to fulfill the potential. And that's what all about the principle is all about. Talk more about this. I'm just giving a kind of introduction about the purpose, the potential, the principles. And then talking about the promise. When you understand the potential of and you know the purpose why the product was created, then you understand the principles laid down by the manufacturer for that product to function, then that promise given by the manufacturer will be delivered. The reason why most people are not successful in life and the reason why most people are not leading is because they don't understand the purpose. They don't understand the potential and they don't live by the principles laid down for them to function. And when they don't understand the principles, they will
Raven, you guys are loud.
they will not achieve the promise. And the promise is success. The promise is leadership. The promise is progress. The promise is moving ahead. That is the promise. I always tell people that progress equals to happiness. Progress gives you joy. When you are not progressing, automatically there is a switch, something just kind of goes off completely. You yourself will switch off because you are not progressing. You become unhappy. Anger comes in, frustration comes in, depression comes in, stress comes in because you are not progressing. Progress equals to happiness. It equals to joy. It gives you joy. It gives you happiness. Now we're going to come back to purpose. This is it. Do you know your purpose? Do you know why you were created? The purpose of a bird, bird
Hmm.
flying in the sky is, the bird was created to fly. The potential in the bird is flight. So, and one thing about the birds, I love so much.
That's right.
Animals, they know their place. They don't, the bird will not say, I'm tired of flying in the sky. Now I want to enter the water. I want to be living in water. No, the bird will not do that. See, even animals, they are wise enough to understand where to stay. So they know where to function. The bird knows that for me to fulfill the potential, of flight, then I need to stay in the sky to function, by those principles. And that's why you need to understand
Hmm.
why were you created? Have you discovered your purpose, the reason for your creation? You don't create the reason for your creation, you discover it. And that's one of the principles that I shared in my book, First Steps to Leadership. And that's very crucial because I'm really passionate about this. And purpose is the foundation of leadership, is the foundation. So I think we're going to talk about that later. And probably if anybody has any question, we can also dive into that. And as we move on, I will also talk about, I think I would be somehow interested to talk about some steps to leadership, and the foundation is purpose.
Perfect. Perfect. Wow. I believe it is very important to discover your purpose. Knowing your purpose helps you to find your true passion, your true zeal, and it becomes very important because when you discover your purpose, true authentic purpose, that thing becomes that drive that drives you into doing things extraordinarily, I believe. So can you talk more on why you must discover this? Why?
Okay, why? Thank you. In fact, you just used a word that I am very, very passionate about. I love the word why. And let me start with this. The most important word that everyone must understand is that word why. Why is the most important word that
Hmm.
everyone must understand. In fact, why gives meaning to life. When you don't understand the why of something, you will abuse that thing. For example, the chair where I'm seated, if I don't understand the why means purpose, why means reason. Why? Why? Why are we existing? Why this chair? Why this table? Why this microphone? If I don't understand the purpose, the why of this microphone, I will abuse this microphone. This microphone was created to magnify my voice. So if I say, okay, I want to sit down on this microphone, I want to sit down on the microphone, I've abused this microphone. Or let's say, so I need to understand the purpose and let this microphone be positioned where it's supposed to be. Now, why is more important than how? This is one of the biggest problems that we have in our world. Most people focus on how. They want to know, how am I going to do it? How am I going to be successful? How am I going to make more money? How am I going to make things happen? How am I going to, be productive? How am I going to build my team? How am I going to help my family? How am I going to build this community? My church. Everybody is thinking about how. Now, why is more important than how? Why is more important than how? Most people want to figure out how, but they don't know why. Most people want to be successful in life, looking for strategies, looking for ways to make things happen, but they don't know why they exist. You know, you can anybody can have money. You can have money even in an unhealthy way. You can have money, you can abuse people, manipulate people, control people, and have money. And the society will think you are successful, but deep inside of you something is crying for expression. You mentioned something, you said passion, and that will take me to another level of explaining why people need to understand why. Now, the first statement I will say is this: if you want to be successful in life, start your life with why. Start with why. The foundation of leadership is why. The foundation of leadership is purpose. If we don't understand why something exists, it will be very difficult to know how to function, even even focusing on the why. Now, this is it. Let me give a case study, or let me just give some steps. Purpose. Purpose. That is the reason why something was created. Now, when you understand purpose, the source of a life mission is the purpose. You can turn your purpose to a life mission. And when you understand purpose, then it becomes your life mission. When you understand your life mission, it becomes a conviction. Automatically it becomes a conviction. And that's why there are some people that we cannot forget their names today. We cannot forget their names. I know. As you are listening to us now, I want you to think about some people that you cannot forget their names. You cannot forget their names. I mean, some of them actually died probably 100,
Wow.
200 years ago. We still remember them today. Why? Because they lived lives of purpose.
Wow. True.
They focused on life mission. They had conviction. And there are some people today that we love to listen to them. We love to see them. Why? Because they are people of conviction. Now, conviction gives back to passion. And that's why I love the word passion. When you have a conviction, something will make you to go to bed at 3 a.m. Something will wake you up at 4 a.m. morning because of your conviction, because of something that you stand for. And if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. That's the thing. You have to stand for something. Everybody wants to satisfy everyone.
Wow.
I want to be a friend, to everyone. See, you cannot be a friend to everyone if you really want to become a leader and you want to live a life of purpose. Everyone won't be on your side. No, no, everyone won't be on your side. Some people will go against you. And this is the good news. Your purpose was not given to them. Your purpose was given to you. So for example, it is not my problem if someone doesn't understand my purpose. I understand. You don't need to understand my purpose because it was given to me. So I have the responsibility to live that purpose, to turn it to life mission, to live a life of conviction with passion. And when I live a life of passion, when I'm passionate about something, it becomes inspiration. When everyone that is passionate will become a person of inspiration, because the source of inspiration is passion. Now, when you inspire people to do what they thought they couldn't do, automatically you are a leader. You are a leader. If you can help one person to think and to be transformed to do what he or she thought that could not be achieved, automatically you are a leader. And that's what we need in our world. You cannot help people to become themselves if you yourself, you are not yourself. So I always say, know thyself and be thyself. Know thyself and be thyself. So you start from knowing before being. So the knowing is purpose. The being is how, is the development process, is the explore, it's exploring yourself, it's refining yourself, is understanding who you are and becoming. And that's why we are not human being, being, B-E-E-N. We are human being, and that's B-E-I-N-G. The being means we are growing. Most people want to be human being. They just want to arrive one day, like, yes, arrive. No, life is not designed that way. To become a leader and a person of influence, you have to understand who you are, grow through the
No.
process, and demonstrate your potential.
Wow. Wow. I love that. I love that what you just said. And I have a little that something just the light bulb just went off when you were talking. You said conviction gives birth to purpose, right? Conviction. So it's something that you have to be convicted about. It's something that you got to wake up every morning and you're like, I have to do this thing. It's something that you have to live every day. It's like if you don't do this thing daily or at least do some kind of daily activity that's leading you to purpose, or it's guiding you to purpose and your passion, you don't feel fulfilled, right? So I want you to talk a little bit more on how your purpose is tied to everything that you do. Everything that you
Wow.
do.
That's a very deep question, and I will try as much as possible to make it practical so that we can understand this. Why purpose is tied
Hmm.
to everything. Now, let
Okay.
me start with the statement I made in the beginning that everything in life was created for a purpose with potential and to function or operate by principle in order to deliver the promise. So let me come back to that statement.
Wow.
Everything in life is based on purpose. For example, if purpose is not discovered or understood, the the unfortunate thing is that you will abuse yourself. You will abuse yourself before people will abuse you. You will abuse yourself and
Wow.
others will also abuse you. And
Hmm.
and that's why most times people, when I'm doing coaching or speaking or doing some trainings, and I see people just depressed and frustrated, and they don't even know what to do. I'm like, one of the gaps that I always discover, they don't know why they are existing.
Hmm.
They don't know why they are living. They don't know what they stand for. And if you don't stand for something, for anything, so they are
Hmm.
calling for different things every day because they don't even know who they are.
That's right.
Now, all right, let me come back to that. Let me give you an example. Imagine director, a new director who just gets a new position in an organization. This man has this position, and the CEO decides not to give this director authority, ability, and the resources to function in that position. Now, automatically, this director will become frustrated. Because if you have a position and you don't have the resources, you don't have the ability, you don't have everything you need to function in that position, automatically frustration will come in, stress will come in, and everything will just come into that life, and that director will be frustrated, eventually give up. So that's why purpose without potential leads to frustration. Purpose without potential leads to frustration. Now, can you see that everything still starts from purpose? Everything. Because the source of purpose is the potential. And if you don't understand potential, you cannot understand purpose. Because both of them, they are connected. The purpose of the car is to take you from point A to point B. And the potential in the car, when the potential is utilized, you fulfill the purpose of that car. So this is it. When, on the other hand, if that if that if that director, if the director, for example, let's say the director has all the resources, all the ability, and everything needed to function in that position. Let's say if the person doesn't function according to the that standards that are needed for that person to fulfill that purpose, or to achieve success in that position, automatically that person will become a person of destruction. Why? Because if you have authority, that's potential. You have ability, that's potential. You have power, that's potential. You have resources, that's potential. And you have a position, and that position stands as the purpose. If you have everything and you lack principles, you don't function by principles designed for that person is working towards destruction. And that's why I always say that potential without principle attracts
Wow.
destruction. And that's what we see in our world today. Many people have potentials, but they don't function by principles. They break principles, lay down principles, and everything is sourced to purpose.
Wow.
And if you break principles and you don't function by the principles laid down to fulfill your potential, you will abuse yourself. People will also abuse you, and the purpose will never,
Wow.
never be fulfilled. So everything falls, and rises on purpose. Everything. If you want to become a leader, you need to understand. If you want to fulfill your potential, you need to understand purpose. If you want to release yourself, to know thyself, you need to understand. And let me stop here with this question. I ask people, who are you? And have you ever asked before? If you are listening to us now,
Hmm.
have you ever asked yourself before, who am I? Who am I? I mean, those three
Who
words
am
are
I?
very simple. Everybody says, I'm a doctor, I'm, I'm a nurse, I'm an engineer, um, uh, I'm a lawyer. I'm like, no, no, I'm not talking about what you do. I said, who are you? That's what you do. You are a doctor. That's what you do. Who are you? They are two different questions. So people confused,
Mm.
those two questions all the
Wow.
time. They think when I ask them, who are you? Who are you? They think I'm asking them, what do you do? I'm not talking about your your work. I mean your job rather. I'm not talking about you being a nurse. I'm not talking about you being an engineer. Who are you? It's so simple and it's difficult to answer. Difficult to answer. For example, myself as an example, my first degree is in chemistry. I've never used chemistry in my life. My father filled my form. He filled that form. He wanted me to become a chemist. He wanted me to become a chemist. So me becoming a chemist was his dream, not my dream, not my purpose. That was for his own fulfillment. So he filled my form and he said, Wale, go and become a chemist. We need a chemist in this family. All right, that's okay. That was a good ambition, for my father. All right, but imagine somebody asked me today, I said, Wale, who are you? And I say, I'm a chemist. Imagine if I say, I'm a chemist. That is not who I am. That is not me. That is not my true self. That was given to me. And that's why many people are living other people's opinions. They are living other people's lives. They are living on lies that were given to them. They don't know who they are, and they
Mm.
build everything around what other people want them to be. For example, I let's say I move into my master's degree. Let's say I have my degree in the chemistry. Let's say I now sign up for my master's degree in chemistry and then my doctorate in chemistry. So I can now tell people I'm a PhD holder chemistry. That is not who I am. And sometimes I see people with PhD, people with master's degree, and they've studied so hard in a wrong way. They've studied so hard doing the wrong thing. And I'm like, you know what? You need to trace it back. You got it wrong somewhere. What is your purpose? Why were you created? What makes you cry every day? What do you see in the world that makes you cry every day? That is something that you complain about every day. You complain about it. You just feel like seeing a change in the world in one area. Why are you still crying about it? You have been given the potential, you've been given the ability,
Mm.
everything to function in that area, to solve that problem, and to fulfill your purpose. So why are you still sitting down? That's why I wrote that book, Just Jump. Just jump. I mean, don't ask me how high. I should
Just jump.
just jump. So it's important for us to know our purpose and then to trace things back where we got things wrong. And how can we trace it back? And how can we discover the purpose? Number one, what makes you cry? What makes you cry? What is that thing that you cry about every
What makes you cry?
yes, what makes you cry? And why are you still crying? You already have the signs, to your purpose. That's why you see the problem every day. Because you are seeing the problem does not mean I am seeing the problem. What makes you cry might not be the things that make me cry. So, what is that thing? Number two is what makes you sing? Why are you singing? What makes you happy every day? I mean, who is that person that does something that you just love to see? You love it. Do you like to calculate? Do you
Mm.
love calculation? Then find out what is within, I mean, what that calculation is all about. Do you like to design? What is that thing that connects with you designing something? Do you like to just give people strategies? What is that thing that you just love to see? Some people like to sing. Everyone was not created to sing. Unfortunately, I see everybody singing. But I'm like, are you really sure that you were designed to sing? I mean, there's a difference between your talent and your gift. You can be talented in that area. Is that your gift? Is that your real gift? Well, we can talk about that later. That's not for this live this video. So basically, my conclusion: what makes you cry? What makes you sing? And then what makes you dream? What makes you dream? What is that picture
Wow.
you have seen that you what is that thing that you have seen that you want to see happen in the world? So I think those three questions are very important. Those three questions, if everyone can answer those three questions, I guarantee that you will discover something you have never discovered before, and of course, become someone that you have never been before.
Wow, wow. I love everything you said about that. It's really it's coming home. It's coming home. It's really coming home. And one thing I wanted to also add is
Mm,
you said if you don't stand for something, you fall for everything.
mm,
So all those 3 points that you gave us just now, it just basically said it breaks it down. What makes you
yeah,
cry? You got to stand for something. You have to be passionate enough to know what it is that who you are. Like you said, ask yourself the question, who am I? Who am I? It does not matter how see people can see you differently, and that's not who you are because in your scenario, you were registered to be a chemist, so you should be somewhere formulating drugs, formulating some kind of, but that's not how you
mm,
see yourself. And I always say this, it is so important for you to discover your authentic self because the world can make you
yeah,
to be something that you're not, or the world around you can make you to be
yeah.
something that you're not, or you could wake up in an environment that isn't pushing you towards your purpose to the point that you lose yourself. And that's why it's important to discover, who am I? Because when you have that discovery of who you are, then you are able to walk in
Mm,
your purpose authentically. Where hide who you are, walking it without having to try to be some
mm,
really really took it home with that,
mm.
Wally. So I want to ask you another question, if I may. How can you define a purposeful person? Who is a purposeful person, right? In my understanding, I believe that a purposeful person is somebody who truly discovered their authentic self, who is walking in it, who has a plan, who has a goal, who has seen, like you said, who has have a dream and all of that, everything that you discussed. So can you just give us a little spice on that? Who is a purposeful person? Just in case if a viewer is looking and they're like, okay, am I really a purposeful person? Like, give us a clue in that area.
Thank you. Um, well, one of the things that I would love to say when it comes to describing a purposeful person is I've taken my time to study people who actually lived the life of purpose. I've studied leadership for more than 10 years now, and I've taken my time to study people who are actually making great impact in the world today. And I've discovered something that some people have money, and some people they actually uh, you know show show themselves to the world as if they are successful, and everybody thinks that they are really successful. But when you move close to them, in fact, I've met some of them, and when we start the conversation, I've discovered that most of them are not really fulfilled. They are not fulfilled. They are still crying. Something is still crying for expression from the inside. They are still complaining about something. They are still talking about something. I would have done this. I wanted to do this. Those are their languages, and those are their statements. I wanted to do this. I wanted to start this. And I feel like doing this. They talk about things like that all the time. They love those phrases. And I'm like, okay, I understand. But you have money, and people see you as someone that is successful. And that's why success, we have two types of success: success as an event and success as a person. A purposeful person is someone who is successful as a person. Who is successful as a person? And yes, we want money. I want money. But there is something that is very, very crucial. There is no one that is living a life of purpose that will not have everything. You know, I love one thing that Ziegler said. Ziegler said, if you can help people get what they want, then you will always have what you need. Now, a purposeful person focuses on other people. That's one of the things that we can discover from a purposeful, someone that is living a purposeful life. The number one thing, one of their qualities is this: they put people first. In everything they do, they put people first. Even in their language, they don't put themselves first, they put people first. And when you study people that actually put people first, study their lives, study the way they behave, study how they see things, you can point out something about them that will show you that they are living life of purpose, because they focus on other people, not themselves. So they say things like, I want to build, I want to build 10 buildings for, less privileged people. I want to touch 2 million lives. I want to help people to build businesses. They talk about people every time. Now, they don't say, I want to buy a beautiful car. Oh, I want to build a beautiful mansion. Those are beautiful things. They are ambitions. That is not putting people first. Let me tell you this. When you put people first, you will always have what you need. What do you need? Beautiful car. You will drive the beautiful car. You want to build a mansion? You will build the mansion. Put people first. So a purposeful person always put people first. Number two is they value people. They value people. Everywhere they go, they value people. And you cannot value people when you don't put people first. You value people. You place value on people. When you see someone as an extension of God, you know that every human being is an extension of God. When you see someone with a eye of God, that this person is valuable, no matter what the person has on. What we have on doesn't define us. What I have on right now doesn't define me. Is this me? No, this is not me. It is not about how we see people. They value people. And number three thing that is very crucial, maybe I just talk about those three things. They serve people. They look for opportunities to serve people at all times, even without being paid. That's the funniest thing. Without being paid, they keep doing the same thing, valuing people, putting people first, and serving people. Now, they serve people with their gifts. And that's one of the things that I think we can talk about later. It is not about putting people first alone. You don't stop there. You don't stop about serving people. You don't stop just about valuing people. You need to think big and see how you can expand your services, expand your products, and create product and services from your gifts and release it to the world. The level of your distribution will determine the level of your leadership. Very crucial. So people who are living a life of purpose are those who are really successful as individuals, not as an event. Now, I wanted to differentiate that. Someone can have money and not be successful, because what success is not, we need to understand what success is not. Okay, let me rephrase that. We need to understand what success is not. You can have money, you can build houses, and still be a failure in the eye of God. That's what I see. That's my conclusion. You can have money, you can have everything, and still be a failure. Because when you are successful doing what you were not sent to do, you are a failure. The manufacturer of the car designed the car to take people from point A to point B. If the car cannot fulfill that purpose, the car has failed. The car has failed. And if you don't release the potential of the car, let's say your car has the potential to run at 160 miles per hour, and you have only tried your car. You have never gone beyond, let's say, 40 miles per hour, or let me say 75 miles per hour in your life. You are probably, you want to try to speed up, let me say like 90 miles per hour, and your car has 160 miles per hour. The car was tested by the manufacturer that this car has the potential to run at this speed. Now, the reason why most people don't try it anyways is because of fear. Because of fear. People who are purposeful, they do it anyway, even in the presence of fear. In spite of fear, they still do it because they don't think about themselves. I mean, sometimes whenever I want to do something, everyone goes through that process. That, sometimes I feel, I experience that feeling. I'm afraid of something like, wow, can I really do this? But you know what? I jump anyway. I do it anyway. It is okay to fail. People who are living a life of purpose, they are those who are really successful as individuals. They are people who put people first, they serve people, and they value people. And of course, through that, their lives have meaning. Can you hear me? I think I'm not hearing you very well. Can you hear me? I'm not hearing you here.
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
can hear you now. All right.
Sorry about that. My line was muted. Okay. So there's a question here that I want to post to you. I don't know if you can see it. It said, "What happened if you don't have a gift that tallies with your purpose?"
If you don't have a gift that tallies with your purpose, well, the question, the two keywords in that question actually contradict, each other, the gift and purpose, because um, you cannot.
That's right. That's right. Because one person actually answered the question. Said, um, Sister Mabel said, "You don't need gift to find out what makes you happy or cry." So
That what
somebody said
that you don't
that.
need your gift to thank
Oh, somebody said that you don't need a gift to find out what your purpose is,
that you don't need your
basically.
gift to find out what your purpose is. Is that correct? Okay,
Yes.
I think I can understand. Well, I I cannot speak, directly about what that contributor is actually talking about, because we see things differently. We see things according to our experience. We see things according to our knowledge. We see things according to our past, and we see things according to the insight that we have. So the way we see things are, we see things differently. However,
Right.
let me make this statement before I say something about that to clarify it. If you want to be successful in life, figure out the way success is achieved and do it that way, not the way you think it should be. I think I need to repeat that because it's very simple, but it's deep. If you want to be successful in life, figure out the way, how success is achieved, and do it that way, not the way you think it should be. Now, most times we think we have different thoughts that this is how it should be. This is how it should be. This is how things must be done. Without understanding the principle without that thing, someone can wake up one day and say, I love apple juice, I love orange juice, and I want to put orange juice in my car. No, that car will break down. You don't say, I think orange juice is okay for this car. No, you must obey the principles that guide,
Hmm.
that will make that car to function, which is gasoline. Let me come back to this. When you understand your area of gifting, automatically you understand your purpose because both of them are connected. They are connected, they are not separated. When you understand your area of gifting, automatically you understand your area of purpose. Let me explain that. Like I used a bird the other time, right? Like the gift in the bird is flight. The gift inside the bird is flight. And the purpose why the bird was created, and if the bird does not fly, then the bird is not fulfilling its purpose. Let me put it that way. If the bird does not fly, the bird is not fulfilling its
That's right.
purpose. And the gift inside the bird is flight. The bird has the inbuilt potential to fly. So the only thing the bird needs to do is to spread the wings and then go to the sky. With courage, take off, spread your wings and go to the sky. Then you fulfill the purpose why you were created, for the bird. The same thing with human beings. Your gift, your area of gifting, when I'm talking about what makes you cry, see, most times we complain about a lot of things. For example, I was like that. 15 years ago, I was complaining about why that we don't have true leadership. Why that people don't even understand themselves. Why that everyone has different views. We all have different views about life. Why that people are not successful. Why are we not successful? What's the problem? Frustrated, I was depressed, I
Wow.
was stressed, and I kept on complaining about leadership. I kept on complaining about people not being successful. I was crying about this every day. My if I mean, it got to a time that in my family everybody was like, Wale, why do you talk about people not being successful all the time? I did not even know that I was designed to do that. So your area of that thing that you talk about all the time, every time, probably you talked about it yesterday. You complained about it yesterday. This morning you've complained about it. You're still talking about it. Sometimes we need to be very sensitive to those things. And those things are different for everyone. And we need to be very sensitive. That could be one of the pointers to your purpose. That could be one of the pointers to your purpose. That could be something that you were designed to do. That could be the problem that you were created to solve. And that's why we need to be very conscious about that. So, gift and purpose, both of them, they are connected. We cannot talk about purpose without talking about your area of gifting. And we cannot talk about your area of gifting without referring to purpose. Hello,
Wow.
can you hear me? Um, I can't hear you. Okay, are you on mute?
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry. I was saying I agree 100% with what you just said. One of the things I like to use when I'm helping people also is I would say things like, what pains you the most, the thing you talk about the most. It's bringing out the purpose in you. It's bringing out some issues that you're supposed to be the one to find, the resolution for, to solve the problem, right? So it actually happened recently. One of my client that we started working just a week ago, a week,
Okay.
a week plus now. She started a business on her pain. She started a business on her pain, and it blows her mind. $1,000 just and going for it and creating the solution for it, and she made $10,000 just
Wow.
like that. So what we are saying is not something that doesn't work. It works because when you understand your pain, when you understand what makes you just something that just irks you, I use the word irks, like like Wally was saying, it's like, why is everybody have different opinion? Why is there not much leader? That's something that irks me. It irks me when I see people who don't know who they are. It irks me when I see people who don't even know
Mm.
they are leaders. It irks me when I see people being led astray, and it irks me when I just could look at people and I could tell, and I'm like, okay, you mean to tell me you don't know
Mm.
this, right? And those things that irks you is pointing you to purpose. So this goes to one of my question also. Where do you discover purpose? I think we talk about it a little bit, but can you bring it in a little? Where do you
When?
discover purpose? Like you said, things that where?
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh,
Like where? Yeah.
awesome. Wow. That's very interesting. Where do you discover purpose? Wow. Well, that's very interesting. Let me quickly give an example of a Nelson Mandela. A name that we all know that we cannot forget. Okay, let me use him as a case study. This man was a professional lawyer. Professional lawyer. I know most people might not really know that. Know some of his stories. We just know about that he went to prison. Most people know that he fought, for appetite in South Africa and stuff like that. Well, he was a professional lawyer. This man could just stay at his job, receiving his salary and enjoying the pay like everyone else, and then just leave everyone complaining about the problem in South Africa. I am very sure more than 70 years ago, before this man came on board, many people complained about the same problem in South Africa. They kept complaining about it. He kept complaining about it. But it took someone, it took conviction, it took passion, it took focusing on what makes you
Mm.
cry. It took someone that was ready to do something differently, to go against the norms, to go against the standards, to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. I am ready to go to prison for 27 years of my life and leave this job. It took that man 27 years
Wow.
to achieve that conviction, to achieve that dream that he had.
Hmm.
Mother Teresa was a high school teacher. This woman was doing her job, was teaching.
Wow.
And according to this woman's story, this woman was, of course, she was teaching kids, she was doing her own thing in India. But every day that this woman was working over these poor people in India, he was working over all these people, thousands and millions of people. They were also working over these people in India. But this woman said, enough is enough. And she took her last paycheck, went to her supervisor, and said, I am done with this job. And this woman left this job. And in fact, the supervisor thought she was crazy.
Yeah.
She said, so, how do you want to feed these people? Do you know we have
That's right.
millions of them in India? She said, yes, I'm going to start with the first person. Wow, I love that. She said, I will start with the first person. She collected her paycheck, went out to buy food, and she started distributing food on the streets. This woman continued doing this until different organizations
Wow.
recognized her and until she spoke to the United Nations. This woman. Now, let's come back to that
Wow.
question. Looking at this, where can you discover your purpose? When you're talking about where, I cannot give a specific answer that this is the place where you can discover your purpose. But that is something that I know because everyone is different. Everyone was designed differently. We have different, experiences, and there is something I want everyone to know that whatever you have passed through in life, you have not passed through those things by mistake. You pass through those things for a specific purpose, so that you can learn some things, and those experiences, those stories that you have, and all the skills that you've acquired, even they might be wrong skills. Those skills might actually be the wrong skills. Those skills you've acquired, everything together, God has helped you to acquire those things for a specific reason. And you've acquired those things to deliver your purpose. Where can you discover your
Wow.
purpose. I cannot say specifically that this is where, but I know one thing for sure, that something is crying for expression inside of you. The best place to discover your purpose is your purpose. Everything is within you and is where you are right now. So whether you are sitting on your couch right now, or maybe you are in your car, or maybe you are in your house or your office, start from where you are. Start from where you are. You don't need to travel to be looking for purpose. You don't need to go to it. you know, I always tell people that foolishness doesn't have location. You can be foolish anywhere in the world. So you don't need to travel from one point A to point B looking for purpose. No, no. Start from where you are. Look within. Look within. Search within, and start thinking about what is that thing that I want to see happen in the world. What is that thing that I want to see change in the world? Why am I living? What is that thing that can give meaning to my life? What can I do? What can I do is a question of potential. It's a question of potential. What is my potential? Most people don't know. When you know what you can do, your potential, automatically you will that will point you to your area of purpose, because your potential is sourced from your purpose. It's sourced from the purpose. Just like an example that I gave, that your car takes you from point A to point B, and the car has the potential to take you to the point A to point B. So you have the potential to fulfill that purpose.
Right.
So what can you do? What makes me cry? What makes me sing? What is that thing that I want to see happen in the world? Why are we still complaining? Mother Teresa stopped complaining. She stepped out. Nelson Mandela stopped complaining. He stepped out. Martin Luther King Jr. stopped complaining. He stepped out.
Right.
So why? What is that thing that we are complaining about? Let's start from there. That is the place to start from. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Yeah.
you. Perfect. There's a question here. The question said, is it possible to make it out of purpose? I think the person mean, is it possible to make it outside of purpose? And then the person said, I mean, now walking in
Okay.
purpose and getting it with physical evidence of wealth. So it's saying, is it possible to make it outside of purpose? And what he's saying is that not working in purpose and getting it with physical evidence of wealth.
So basically, the person is asking that can you be out of purpose, and of course you're wealthy, and not still fulfilling I mean, not still in your area of purpose. Is that what the person is trying to clarify?
Right, right.
Okay. Well, just like I said, we have two types of success: success as an event and also as a person. It's possible for you to be success. I mean, it's possible for you to have everything, even outside purpose. It's possible. Yeah, it's right. I mean,
That's
see
right.
politicians. See politicians. They have money. They're driving beautiful cars. Many of them, they are just abusing, controlling people. And I'm just using politics as an example. There are many people living the same life that they are living. They are in the public. That's why we are talking about them. There are people who are living secret lives, that they are successful through, unhealthy situations, and abusing, manipulating people through businesses, and they call those things investments, but they cannot even talk about those investments in the public. So, and they have money. They have money, and of course, you can be you can have money, and you can money be successful
Right.
by event, not as a person. So if you if you are successful, you have money. See, God has helped you to acquire those wealth. Congratulations. Money is good. Yes, I love it. But one thing I want you to know is that you cannot focus on purpose and lack. You cannot focus on purpose and lack. You cannot. Number one, you will have all the money that we're talking about. You will, and you will drive beautiful cars.
That's
You
right.
want, you will. and you will be fulfilled. The person that is asking that question, my question for the person is this: are you fulfilled? Are you fulfilled? What is that thing that is crying for expression? No matter how much you have, something will be crying for expression. I read a story about a man. The man was 78 years old, and this man had, in fact, he had a lot of money. Like, in fact, I read it in one of the books written by John C. Maxwell. He describes this man, 78-year-old man. This man has everything. Talk about money. He's a billionaire. But one day he went to church, and there was a man that came and gave a testimony. And after the testimony, the man overheard and said, "What?" And 78-year-old man started crying where he was seated. A billionaire started crying because of someone's testimony. He said, "I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that. Oh, in my 20s, that was the dream I had. That was exactly what I wanted to do." This man is a billionaire. However, he was crying for fulfillment, that I'm not fulfilled.
Wow.
And he started blaming himself that I have all this money. I'm not even happy. And this man went back. He traced it back that I got it wrong. And he started asking for help. How can I start now? I want to be fulfilled in life at 78. So it
Wow.
is not too late. It is not too late. Understanding your purpose is not a matter of age. You can start working in purpose at 12, and you can start working in purpose at 8. So I would encourage whoever that is there. You can be, of course, you can be wealthy without being in purpose. Yes, you can. But I want to encourage you, please, trace it back, discover purpose, so that you can enjoy fulfillment. There is nothing like fulfillment. There is nothing like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, can I quickly give a
Yes.
story of?
Like somebody said in the comments, somebody said purpose gives fulfillment. So I so much
Yeah.
like that. And lastly, just briefly, I think you just answered that. When do you discover purpose? When you discover purpose, there's no time limit to when you discover purpose, as we heard about the 78 years old man that still went back to discover purpose. There's no time limit to when you discover purpose. So if you can touch on that, when do you discover purpose? I believe that.
Yeah. When do you discover purpose? Right. Well, uh, I think I've already talked on that actually,
Yes.
but I will use my father's story to just summarize that. Very key. My 2015, before my father passed away, uh, 4 months before that happened, we had a conversation. We were very close. I went to meet him. We sat down together. We're very close. We talked about everything, and then we sat down in his room. And that day, he had read one of my books. He also read the manuscript of the book I wanted to release then in 2015. After reading this manuscript, he called me. That was a conversation in the room. He said, "Wale, Wale." He called me 3 times. After those calls, I knew he wanted to talk about something important, because, of course, I knew him very well. He said, "Wale, you have touched me. You have touched me. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this." I
Wow.
said, "Dad, what is it?" I looked into his eyes. He was almost crying. I said, "Wow." I knew it was a real conversation. He said, "Why I wanted to do this, but I don't know. I wanted to go out there and help people. I wanted to just, I just wanted to do this. And you have touched me. You have touched me." And one of the things that he read in my book, I said, in fact, I put it there. I said, "If you want to be fulfilled and be successful in life, start from who you are." And he asked me, he said, "Wale, so you said I should start from who you are." He said, "Who am I?" So it became a conversation that day. And he was so shocked when I gave him the analysis of understanding who you are. He said, wow, my father repented that day and he was crying. 4 months after that conversation, he died. 4 months after that conversation, he died. That was painful. So on that day, on
Wow.
that burial, day, I was crying. Everybody thought I was crying because he died. People didn't know that I was crying because of the conversation I had with him in his room. Because he discovered purpose that very day. He was ready to fulfill purpose that very day. And he died with a passion, he died with conviction, he died with gifts, he died with all the books he wanted to write, he died with all the messages he wanted to deliver, he died with everything. And I remember what he said. He said, don't stop, Wale. Please don't stop. I love this. So, my encouragement for everyone that is listening to us, when can you discover purpose? When? When? Hmm. The first thing I will say is this. The best way to answer that, because that's in my head now, is if you are confused and you don't even know why you were created, ask for help. Ask for help. You're confused, you're frustrated, you're stressed, you don't
Mm.
even know why you are living. You just you because you were not created to add to the number of people living in the world. No, no, you were created to be a person of value and to add value to people in the world and to become a person of influence. You were created for leadership. The motivation of God for your creation is leadership. So you were not designed to be, just one more person to be added to people living in the world. Well, if you need help, ask for help. When can you discover purpose? It is now. If you don't know why you are living, it is now. Start now. Start now. There is no gain in being successful in what you were not sent to do. Let's imagine if you give your child an assignment, you've given your child to do an assignment A, and your child is busy doing assignment B, and your child comes to you. Your child has done the assignment B successfully, I mean, and comes to you and say, Mom or Dad, I'm done. I finished this assignment. And when you look at what your child has done, you're like, no, I didn't send you to do that. I know you're successful in this, but this is what I told you to do. So there is no gain in being successful in what you were not sent to do. My encouragement, start today. When? Today. Is today. Start now. If you need help, ask for help. Yeah. So, can you hear me?
Uh,
I don't know if you were hearing me. I believe everyone out there is hearing me. Everyone like us heard,
1 second, sorry.
is breaking. I can't hear you if you are hearing me.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I'm super. Okay, we're back now.
Yeah.
I said everything you said is absolutely said. If you don't know, confused, if you're walking in your purpose, ask for help. Ask for help. And it's always better to ask for help than to stay silent, because purpose is something that should be driving you. It should be something that you're living daily. And it should also come easily, right? It
Mm-hmm.
comes with ease. It comes so
Mm-hmm.
easily that you too. I know there's people watching us from Nigeria. There's going to be replay audience and all of that. And I know in April you have something major happening in the country, Nigeria.
Yes.
So I want you to talk more about that event, because I'm going to start to drive people towards that event, because I believe this is like hands on, They're going to have a hands on experience with you in Nigeria shortly.
Yeah.
And we also have another announcement. So go ahead and announce the
Yes,
Nigerian
I want to
event
say
first.
thank you for that. And I want to really, really congratulate everyone who have registered for Self Mastery and Leadership Execution Conference in Lagos. This is this is one of the most important events that you can't afford to miss. If you are in Nigeria, I want to encourage you. See, plan your trip now and fly to Lagos. Drive to Lagos. I mean, anyhow, just get to Lagos. We are having this conference, Set Mastery and Leadership Execution in Lagos, Lekki Phase 1. I will share the link. If you go to my page, you can see the registration link everywhere there. Uh, Now, this conference is not just a conference that will will just give you information. No, see, it's a conference focusing on transformation. Everything that I've learned, that I've researched, that I've done myself for the past 10 years, 15 years, I'm going to be releasing everything at this conference. I'm going to be helping people practically. This is one of the this is one of the best conference. I mean, conferences that you can ever be part of. It's going to be practical. It's going to be focused, and we're going to focus on how you can become a leader wherever you are. The reason why most people are not successful in life is not because of
Hmm.
what they, it is because of what they think they are not. And we're going to explore a lot of things this day. We're going to help a lot of people in this direction. And if you want to make more money, I have a good news for you. We're going to help you. We're going to show you how to make money, how to make real money. I'm talking about money, how to move from survivor to success. And if you're successful right now, we're going to help you how to move from success to significance. We're going to show you how to move to significance. We're going to show you to expand yourself, how to explore. We're going to give you the strategies, and your life will never remain the same. If you are a CEO, I want to encourage you to come to this conference. If you want to transform your organization, if you're a manager, please be the first. Be the first to arrive, because we are starting at 9 a.m. Come and learn how to transform your team. Come and learn how to influence people without control or manipulation. Come and come and learn how to
Wow.
increase, your revenue. Come and learn how to promote everything that you have in your life, starting from your family. And in fact, we're going to start from you. And if you can become transformed, everything around you will become transformed, because everything rises and falls on you. So we're going to explore a lot of things on this day. Now, let me end with this. If you want to be successful, figure out how successful people do it. Figure out what successful people are doing and do the same thing, not the way you think it should be. Understand what the top 1%, what the top 1% is actually doing. What are they doing? Why are they different? Why are they there? Why are they part of the top 1%? So then understand what the 99% are also doing and run away from those things. So we're going to show you everything practically. And then the last thing I will do that day, I'm going to give you all my resources. I'm going to give you resources, a lot of resources. resources that you can use as well for yourself, for your team, organization, and
Wow.
also in your family.
Wow, that is so amazing. I see someone here saying I will be there, sir. So this is something you have to register for. Make sure you get your seat if you are in Nigeria on ground, or you want to
Yeah.
take a vacation. I mean, this is the place to be in this time, in this hour. I mean, you're having an expert, somebody who has dedicated their life, who's raised many leaders. He's got many leaders under his belt. So this conference, I believe, is gonna be just mind blowing. I believe they're gonna be calling you for more
Thank
after
God
this
for it.
one.
And the interesting thing is that we have people
Yeah.
traveling from different states, from Jos, people coming from Jos, people coming from Osun State, people coming from Ogun State, they've registered already, and people coming from Abuja. I mean, I'm very much excited about that. So if you have someone in Nigeria, if you are living in Canada, you are living in the United States or in the UK, I want to encourage you. Go to my page and register. I'll go to my website, wale.org. Register there, register your family members in Nigeria, send them to be part of this conference, and their lives will never remain the same again.
I have a couple of people that I'm gonna be sponsoring, and if you are someone that have people in Africa, Nigeria especially, you want to give them the resources they need, because I don't believe in ending you stuff. I don't believe in that lifestyle of ending you stuff, but I believe in giving you the resources that you need, that you can be even greater than I am, right? So invest in your people that way. If they're on ground, if you're in America, whatever you can make it, send somebody there that you know this is going to impact them no matter what. Like I'm telling you, it's going to be a life-changing event. Sorry about that. My son is in the background. Go ahead, Wally.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Let me say something real quick about the conference. We actually try to make it affordable for everyone, so that we can help many people as possible as we can. Very very affordable. It's just 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira, and is one of the best investments. I always tell parents, anytime I'm talking to parents or talking to people who are in leadership positions, that the greatest investment you can give to people is not what you leave for them, it's what you leave in them. So what you leave in them is more important than what you leave for.
Hmm.
What you leave in them can never be destroyed, and what you leave for them can be destroyed, even by hurricane. So I want to just encourage you, focus on investing in them, and their lives will never remain the same. In fact, we're going to show you how to make millions of naira online. I have an expert that will be joining me at this conference to show you how to make millions of naira. And I will show you how I'm making money online as well. Practically, I'm going to show you. And I will show you how you can start immediately. How you can also start immediately if that's what you would like to do.
Perfect. Perfect. Also, we're having a leadership and entrepreneur mastermind group. For those of you who are on this live and you're interested, you want to discover who you are, you want to be a leader, you want to go into that realm of your purpose and fulfilling your purpose, walking in your authentic self, and all of these things. We're having, Wally and I are having a private group that we're going to start to interview people to put you in this private circle, because our goal together is to raise leaders. and to raise leaders who are walking in their purpose, and to also raise leaders who are entrepreneurs. It goes together. So if this is you, get in contact with us. Get in contact with me or Wale. Drop your message in the comment below, and let's connect. The leadership and entrepreneur mastermind group that is going to be run, where you have all the resources that you need to fulfill your purpose in life, to be a great leader, and to start to serve in your authentic self and all of that. So if this is you, this is one of the greatest opportunity that we have. We're allowing you to have access to us, to help you, mentor you, and to just guide you. I mean, I just can't wait. I cannot wait. If you want to talk a little bit more on that as well.
Yeah, yeah. I would encourage all our viewers, everyone that is here live with us, and everyone that will watch this video later, wherever you are in the world. You can actually be part of this private group anywhere in the world, anywhere you are in the world. And we have a lot of resources that will help you, not just you, but help generations unborn. We're going to give you resources. We're going to help you practically. We're going to work. We're going to work with you. You are not alone. We're going to help you to go through that journey of discovery, of producing and becoming productive in whatever that you're doing. Whatever. We want to hear your story. We want to hear what you have been through. We want to hear from you. We want to understand you. Tell us your story. And definitely, I want you to know that we care about you. We're going to help you. We're going to show you everything that we have done, and how we are doing these things, and how you can also step into your greatness starting from today. So, if you are interested, just like Lola said, please just jump in. Drop a message, and I want to encourage you that this is one of the best private groups that you can ever be. So this is the right time for you to start transforming your life. 2020 is your year. And then when we say it's your year, that means you need to take action. You need to execute. One of the things that the top 1%, people do is that they execute. They stop talking about it. They just do it. They jump. They jump. They just do it. So it is time for you to jump.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And in this group, it's gonna just be such an hands-on, where you're not gonna miss anything, because we have the introduction level, we have the intermediate level, and we have the advanced level. So this is going to help you to really go through the course of discovering yourself, all of those things, becoming a leader. It's just going to completely change your year. 2020 is the year that you should choose your purpose, and choose to fulfill all that God has in you, and what is yet to even be discovered. So it's such an amazing thing that we're opening this leadership and entrepreneur mastermind, where a group of people are going to come together, and we're going to see results. We want to see results in you, and we are going to be dedicating our lives, our time, to see you succeed, and all of that. So that's amazing. If that's you, inbox me or inbox Wale, or drop a comment under this video, and we'll be checking it periodically for sure. Okay. I feel like you have really blow the wind, you blow the roof off on this topic, discovering your purpose. One of the things that I see in a lot of people trying to teach purpose and all of that is they make it so complicated. And the way you simplify this, I'm sold. Like, seriously, I'm sold. And I mean, I feel like I'm learning again. I'm jumping in this again. I'm getting light bulbs switch in my head, and it's amazing. So I know you're heading to Nigeria soon. to do this conference, and I'm excited. I can't wait for some of my team down in Nigeria to meet you, to rub shoulder with you, and for you to just bring out the best in them, and just pour yourself in these people. I know that this is going to be a success one already. And to God be the glory. So again, I'm speechless, just like the last one we did. I'm coming off of this live speechless, like literally speechless. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm amazed at all the reaction, all the conversation we have going here. Everyone, Lola and Wale, you are blessed. I'm here. Thanks a million, Lola and Wale. I'll be there. Sorry, so many people are commenting. So we love you. We love the fact that you are able to join us. If this has changed your life, I'm asking that you just share this message with someone, because you don't know who is in that situation, who's about to give up. Look at the story he told us of his father that died 4 months after having a mind-blowing conversation. Like, if that is, it's like you discover your you make your your path straight before you leave this world. It's amazing. And this is how what everyone should shoot for. Where, and we talk about that a lot, where your pain is, where your wound lies, where makes you cry, right? That's where your purpose is. So guys, go for it. Choose yourself 2020. And you have a team of people that is willing to invest in you, their time, that is willing to dedicate themselves to you, help you. One of the thing that brought me and Wally together is because we have passion to raise leaders. We have passion to raise people who are leaders, who are purpose-filled people, and that is what drives us. So take it away, Wally. Take it away. If you want to
Thank you
talk, go
very
ahead.
much. I really, really appreciate you, for this opportunity, and then, of course, to work together to help more people becoming leaders in their lives. I really want to encourage everyone that listening to us right now, whether you're on your couch or you are in your car, or maybe you are just having a drink. Like I love juice. I love apple juice. I love orange juice. Whatever that you are doing, I want you to know something.
That's why you're
Yeah.
making reference to apple juice.
So whatever that you are doing, I want to really say this: you were designed for leadership. You were designed for leadership. That is something I always say, that everyone is a leader. That's very true. I know most people won't believe that, and I understand why they don't believe that. I understand. I understand. I was
Yeah.
like that. I didn't believe that as well. So I know why they don't believe that. So I cannot blame anyone that doesn't believe that yet. And that's why we all need help. But I want you to know, whether you believe it or not, you were designed for leadership. You were created for leadership. And you were created to become a person of influence, because you have something in you that no one has in the world. And it is called potential. And you need to release your potential for you to fulfill your purpose. So, how can you discover that potential? How can you, discover that purpose? How can you live full, every day? And then you go to bed. Can you just imagine when you sleep, you just sleep like, yes, yes, today was successful. How can you live that kind of life every day? And that's what we're talking about. So I want to encourage you. Remember our, Facebook private group. Sign up today. That will really, really transform your life. If you're in Nigeria, don't forget Self Mastery and Leadership Execution Conference. That's part of my international tour. I want you to, come there. Your life will be transformed. Send your friends, your family members, your employees, your managers, your directors. You are a CEO. Come there by yourself. Come with your team. We have a team registration link. Everything on my page. Go to my website, waleadekanla.org. And let me end with this. I'm going to end with the definition, with the leadership definition. that I put together by myself. After studying leadership for more than 10 years, I decided to define leadership in my own way. And I wanted to write this definition down, write it down, analyze this definition, and never forget this. Leadership is the ability and the capacity to inspire people to do what they thought they couldn't do with a sense of purpose and vision. Let me repeat that. Leadership is the ability and the capacity to inspire people to do what they thought they couldn't do with a sense of purpose and vision. Every word in this definition is important, but we are not going to be talking about that today. I will encourage you, go on Amazon. I have my books on Amazon. Get my books, and every book you read, they will help you towards the fulfillment of purpose. Thank you very much once again for joining us here. And I want to say thank you once again, and do have a wonderful, wonderful evening or wonderful, afternoon wherever you are in the world.
Thank you. Take care.